Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is OmniBadu and I am back with another one. Yay! Keep in mind that these are general collective readings and I don't read for any one specific sign on this channel. If this is your story, your business, if this resonates, be honest with yourself. Plug yourself into the reading where you deserve to be. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down, hit the reverse on it. Do whatever you have to do, but don't force it. Only take what resonates with you, your life, your story, and leave the rest behind. If this is your story, your business, if this resonates, give it a thumbs up, like it if you like it, and subscribe if you like my vibe. Welcome, hey, if you're new, and welcome back if you have been here before. Okay, how y'all doing? So I just sat down, I'm getting ready to get started, but you know, y'all see the cards just jumping out all over the place. Stay ready. So we know that you guys are in this really positive energy, so it makes perfect sense that the first card out is healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier, right? So you guys are sitting in this energy of just making sure that you're making healthy, positive choices for yourself and your life. That would include, of course, cutting people off, but not simply just cutting people off or doing self-care things. You know, making healthy choices is just, it could be as simple as just deciding not to go inside of a certain place or a certain store or a certain environment because just sitting out there in the parking lot or just as you're going to the location or as you get closer, it just doesn't feel right. And so you're like, I don't think I'm gonna go in here. Like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna turn around and go back home or, you know, go to my next destination because something just isn't feeling right to you in that moment. So I feel like you guys are really, really leaning into your intuition at this time and allowing it to guide you. And if something does not feel right, you know, if it doesn't feel right, if you are headed to somewhere, or if somebody's like, hey, you know, invite you to their birthday shindig or whatever, and you feel like you're on your way, or you feel like, I don't know if I want to go, and then you go, and then it turns out to be a horrible time, or something is telling you, don't go do that, don't go do that. But a lot of times we don't listen to that, right? A lot of times we don't take that as a warning. We don't take that as our higher self. We don't take that as the voice of God. We don't take that as anything except for, I'm tripping right now. No. But I feel like you really took some time during your transformation, during your time of introspection, and you may have really sat and looked at it and thought about it and been like, yeah, it was one too many times where my higher self was telling me not to get into some shit that I got into, and it turned out to be a horrible experience. So yeah, now I feel like you're starting to listen to that voice. You're starting to allow it to guide you, right? So I feel like that also has a lot to do with the healthy choices that you're making as far as just being happier and staying in a happy place. You may even have people like looking for you or hunting you down or stalking you down, or, you know, maybe somebody came into your life years ago, you know, but it's like this person seems to maybe have tried to come back into your life, or somebody who's close to you's life, just to cause problems, just to cause drama, just to complain, just to rehash and bring up old shit. And it could just be like that's your problem that you need to deal with on your own. So why are you hunting people down across the country so you can tell them how upset you are? Like, deal with your feelings on your own with your weird ass, right? So yeah, it could be hard to stay in this energy of being happy because people don't like to see, like, miserable people don't like to see other people happy. And most people are miserable because they hold grudges and, you know, they're spiteful and vindictive and, oh, I need to get this person back and I need to let them know what they did to me and I need to, you know, and it's just like, you don't need to do none of the above. You're doing it because you want to do it, right? So with cassette out here, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head, that could be your energy. This could be due to just you trying to stay grounded as you move forward, right? So when you meet new people, you could kind of replay the events over in your head of past situations to see, is this mimicking this situation? Is this mirroring this situation? Is this person like this person? Am I going to end up in a crazy ass situation with some psychopath, some stalker, some control freak, some freaking narcissist, some loser, right? So that could be your energy. There could be somebody in your energy who is replaying events over in their head of a time that they thought that they were conditioning you. This person could have been abusive towards you in whatever type of way, mental abuse, physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever, right? But this could be somebody who was trying to condition you, trying to basically train you up into who they wanted you to be. You know, someone who doesn't ask any questions, someone who's meek and weak and humbled and, you know, just someone battered, a victim, right? A battered woman. You know, this person may have wanted you to move in that type of way. They may have wanted to dim your light. They wanted to take away your voice. They wanted to take away your personality. They may have even wanted to take away your beauty and just take away everything from you that made you you. Because this is someone, if this is someone else, this is someone who was jealous of who you are. Even if this is your husband, your boyfriend, your kid's father, you know, your wife, your girlfriend, your kid's mother. This is somebody who was jealous of you because of who you are, how you're able to heal yourself, your strength, how you're able to move forward, keep on laughing, keep on smiling, keep on seeing bright days and a bright future ahead of you. This is somebody who doesn't feel that way about themselves or about life. And they didn't really understand how you could continue to feel the way that you did about life with all of the things that they had been doing to you and putting you through and trying to do to you, right? So it's like, you know, if I'm beating you down or calling you names or belittling you, if I'm doing all these things to you, how can you still have the strength to get up and keep going? How can you still have the strength to, you know, put makeup on or whatever it is, right? So this person could be replaying those events over in their head, just trying to figure out how you got away when they were trying so hard to condition you, when they were trying so hard to break you, right? Trying so hard to knock you off your square and keep you there and just keep you in this subservient position, right? I don't think that, you know, obviously things didn't go down the way that whoever this is, if this is the case, things didn't go down the way that this person wanted things to go down. Like, that's just not what happened. So you may be getting ready to get some sort of expression of love from this person, because we have love call out here. Someone expresses love, a message of love, letting you know, thinking of you and letting you know. So you could have somebody new that you've been dating, that you've been dealing with, that you've been going out on dates with and talking on the phone and doing all that cutesy stuff. And maybe this has been going on for quite a while, 6 months, 8 months, 9, you know, 12, whatever. You know, it's like things are moving ahead. Things are progressing between you and someone new, possibly. And this person may actually say those 4-letter word, right? They may come forth and let you know that they fall in love or they falling or, you know, whatever, right? Like, I don't know. They may not, I don't know if they're just going to come out and be like, I love you. They may dance around it. Maybe kind of try to put a little filler out there and see if you're going to bite. Are you going to reciprocate? Are you going to tell them you love them too, right? So you may end up with 2 people in your energy. And there could be an ex who's coming back with a very fake apology, right? So you could have an ex coming in with a super fake apology, some fake ass explanation as to why things were going down the way that they were in the past or why they were treating you that way, or they may even try to flip it on you and blame it all on you. You know, you were just so mad all the time. You weren't listening to me. You couldn't hear me right. You know, it wasn't me. That wasn't my intentions. That wasn't what I was trying to do. You know, they may come forth with all those type of pretty messages and good words and apologies, and maybe even come out with some tears and, you know, very much coming towards you in a victim energy and in a victim mentality. But this is the person who was victimizing you, right? They were turning you into a victim. They were treating you bad. They were chasing you around. They were calling you names. They were hanging on to you and would not let you go or move on with your life, right? Now that you finally freed yourself, you have finally cut ties. You have finally, you know, gotten away. You're free. You've been liberated. Now this person wants you back because they can't stop thinking of you. But they also never intended to lose you. They were literally just trying to condition you. They were literally just trying to figure out a way to control you better, right? Like, oh, I'm not controlling her, isn't really going down the way that I wanted to, you know, so maybe let me try this. Okay, let me try that. Okay, let me stalk her and cry and whine and play like I'm a victim. And this isn't my fault that we're in this position. It's her fault. Or maybe it's her mom's fault. Or maybe it's my mom's fault. Okay, it's her sister's fault. Okay, it's my, okay. So, no, okay, that's not working, right? Blame everybody else because the person that they're trying to blame everybody else to was also there. So the person that they're trying to blame to everybody else, this person is like, no, it was your fault. I was there. Your mama wasn't there. My mama wasn't there. No. This is when, no, you know. So that didn't get them nowhere, right? So they've tried all these different tactics, whoever this person is, and it didn't get them the result that they were looking for. It maybe even just turned you into someone who's now afraid of them, or you completely lost all love for them that you ever thought that I could never not love this person, or this person's always going to be special to me. This person's always going to mean something to me. But they did so much when they were trying to condition you that you see them as a completely different beast, right? This is not the person I met. This is not the person that I fell in love with. This is not somebody that I feel like I know. This is not somebody that I want to know. This is not somebody that I like. I don't like this person at all whatsoever. Not even in the fucking slightest. Like, not even a tiny idiom. There's no interest. I don't want to know nothing about them. I don't want to know, you know, anything about them today or 10, 15 years from now. I want to pretend I never even met this person, right? Right? Because sometimes you get to that place where it's like, I don't want to hear this person's name. I don't want to mention this person's name. If you see this person out in public, don't tell me about it. If they ask about me, don't tell me about it. I want to pretend this person does not exist because it's that easy to move on from a motherfucker. I don't know you. I never met you. I don't know your name. I'm not thinking about you no more. And boom, they're gone. They never existed, right? But for some people, it's hard to do that, like this masculine or whoever this is in this story, right? Because next card out is not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, called person, boundaries, still angry. Some of y'all are angry, but a lot of you guys, there's nothing to be angry for, right? This person did what they did. You reacted how you reacted. The situation ended and now it's over. Angry for what, right? There's no reason to be mad unless this person is about to call you. Tell me that they love you and they've been thinking about you and they miss you and how important you are and womp 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 womp, because that's all the fuck you gonna hear. What is going on in here? This is scary. He said what? Like, I feel like you might hear this person's voice and completely just tune everything else that they gotta say out. Because why are you contacting me? Why are you even trying to contact me, right? So I really feel that is the energy that you're going to kind of be sitting in from this, you know, situation, from this person calling you or whatever it is, right? Yeah, because we have... sudden change, right? So we have lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. But under that, we have the sword and rose. So truth and clarity. So I don't know. I'm not sure if you... Now, of course, you didn't switch up, okay? Because this was a long time coming. This person has done a lot to you. They've put you through a lot. You've survived a lot dealing with this situation. So that being said, it is not a all of a sudden type of ordeal. This is a long time coming due to all of the trauma and the suffering and the abuse that you have gone through dealing with this person. For years, you may have said, I am going to leave you, and when I do, I will never speak to you again, right? It could have been months, it could have been years, where you were letting this person know exactly what your next steps were going to be. Do I suggest doing that? No. But when you mad, because you don't know how these crazy people are going to react if you start screaming that kind of shit and you saying it repetitively and over and over and over, and then you go to them like, okay, I'm moving out next week. And then you gone, and now you disappeared. Now your mama telling that she normally call me every Friday, but I ain't heard from her in 2 weeks. You know, yeah. Sometimes you gotta move in silence. But you could have got some word vomit, or you could have just been fed up, or this person could have been talking shit. Get your bitch ass out of here then. Get the fuck out of my place. You ain't shit. You're a loser. Okay, you think you make all the money? You think you can survive without me? Yeah, you make all the money, but I'm the one who pay all the bills. You an irresponsible ass, bald-headed ass, no edge having ass bitch, you know, and you just like, whoa, man, like what, well, hey, wait a minute. What the fuck is going on here? Like, why are you attacking me like this? You know, so y'all could have it could have been one of them type of moments where, you know, it's some shit going down and you like, I'm getting the fuck out of here and you won't ever see me again, you punk bitch, you know, and they're like, yeah, what the fuck ever. Because you say that all the fucking time. You say that every fucking time y'all get in an argument. Fuck you. You ain't never gonna see me again, bitch. Fuck you. That's why I'm moving the fuck out. Fuck you. I'm getting my own place next week. But you ain't did it yet, right? Then you did it. Yeah, one of them times this person came home to an empty house, you know, or however you did it. And that rocked them. That shook them up. Blew their motherfucking mind. So although it says sudden change, it was a sudden change to them, because what's normal to them? What have you allowed to become normal? What have they allowed to become normal? I'm gonna cuss her the fuck out at some point this week. She's gonna call me all kind of names. She gonna say she leaving, but she ain't finna go nowhere. Who knows how long that could have went on? For months. Some of y'all that went on for years. Some of y'all went on for a damn decade, half a decade and a half. You know, it went on for a long ass time for some of you guys. So of course, when you actually do it, you're like, what the fuck do he mean sudden change? I've been saying I was moving the fuck out for the last 4 years. Every time we get in an argument, it's 52 weeks in a year. You argue once a week, right? So for 110, you know, 280, some odd number of weeks, you've been saying this. So for you, you're like, I've been saying this for that many weeks. So where's the shock and the surprise? Because you never did it. So now you've done it. So for this person, it feels like, whoa, what the fuck? Sudden change. Whoa, upheaval, right? Shocking news, which also led them to having some sort of epiphany. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have came home pretending like, you know, this person was bothering me, their presence every single day. Or maybe I shouldn't have kept telling this person to get the fuck out. Or maybe I shouldn't have been beating this person up. Whatever they were doing, they had some sort of epiphany when you actually left that, oops, maybe I did too much this last time. Not maybe I've been doing too much all this time and she's fed the fuck up, or he's tired of me and ain't never gonna look at my direction again. No, maybe I did too much. What did I do this last time that was just sent her over the edge? That's kind of what this person, that's kind of, you know, it's kind of where they at with it. Yeah, because there is some sort of you've been speaking the truth. Although it took you a long time, whether you needed to build up the resources to get the fuck out or the emotional strength, it took you some time to do what you said you were going to do. Some of y'all were threatening to put this person out. And then finally one day you were like, nah, man, like get the fuck out. And they're like, yeah, whatever, bitch. You know, I'm finna go to the bar and come back. And you're like, nah, like get your shit before you go to the bar. Because if you don't, when you come back, it's all going to be outside. Or whatever, right? And then they leave, they come back, and you done locked them the fuck out and put all their shit outside. Or you done locked them the fuck out and told them to come back in 3 days, all their shit will be outside. Or whatever, right? And so it was just like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Like, this wasn't supposed to happen. But it was, though. It actually should have happened way before it really did. So, at the bottom, we have the snake. And I feel like with that competition, enemy, clever, and malicious, I feel like this person is the snake in your life. This person is in some sort of competition with you. That's why they want to keep you small and dim your light. They want to talk shit about you and make sure that you're, you know, so distraught and so disheveled and so damaged that you can't become your best self, because they don't want you to look better than them. They don't want you to have more than them. They don't want you to succeed further in life than they're going to. You know what I mean? They don't want you to be rich and they're somewhere still, you know, doing whatever the fuck, you know, making $12 an hour, $14, $15 an hour or something like that, you know? So they don't want you to be more than them, and they know that you're going to be, because why wouldn't you be? You don't deserve to not have shit like they deserve. So yeah, I think that this person may have saw that you were moving further in life than them, or they saw that you had the potential to go further in life than them, and they decided to stop you in your tracks and keep you small. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, the first card out for healthy choices is the Magician. Yeah, and then we have the Hierophant with the Cashapp. So maybe you guys were married, maybe y'all were in a higher level of commitment, you guys lived together or something, and that could be this person is replaying those events. It kind of just tracks with the rest of the story. You know, like now this person with this epiphany, and they're having clarity and this upheaval and all these type of things that they're going through, because, and that's not to say, some of y'all have been gone and you're like, what are you talking about? I moved out a year ago, or I moved out 2 years ago, or I moved out a year and a half ago. In all that time, if this person was quiet, they might have been trying to chase you down low key, or, you know, send subliminals online or text you sporadically here and there or whatever. But you may have heard about them dealing with other people and things during this time, but they've been thinking about you constantly. They've been missing you. You know, kind of like Kanye. Kanye did all that stuff with that Bianca Censori girl, and then, you know, as soon as her and him did their thing, and he kicked her to the curb, or she kicked him to the curb, who knows, who even gives a fuck, because they both crazy and weird. He makes that album with King Combs. I don't know if y'all have heard it. So the second song on the album is called Kim. And he talking about how he still cry at night, and he still love her, and he still miss her, and he miss her touch, and he miss the way she hold him. You was just married to a whole nother bitch. But clearly she wasn't holding him how Kim do, or kissing him how Kim do, or loving on him how Kim do, because she's not Kim, she's Bianca. So if you want Kim, you can fuck on and marry and move in with and do deep doop that with all kind of other, but it ain't gonna hit how you want it to, because it's not who you want to be with. That's this person right here. This person is Kanye, and we know Kanye's crazy. Okay, I love Kanye. Don't play with me. All right, I do love him. I do think he's, you know, he need help. But, but yeah, this person's Kanye crazy. Okay, I hate this person. I'm finna go be with somebody else. I'm finna go live my best life, because fuck her, fuck the. But no, you've been gone, and you like, ooh, thank God, ooh, you out riding on speedboats, you know, and doing your big one, living your best life, having fun, not thinking about this person. You don't think about them. If you do, it's like, ooh, you shudder, you get fucking the hairs on the back of your neck raise up. It's like, ooh, God, ooh, scary, monster. And then you push them out your mind and keep it pushing, because why in the fuck I'm gonna sit around thinking about the most horrible time of my life? I'm not, right? So I feel like you don't think about this person. They lost, right? Because they lost the control over you. You ain't thinking about them, so they have no control over your mind. Physically, you're no longer there. They fucking lose. You win, right? Yeah, but not really, because they're about to come back, because they can't stop thinking about when, you know, when y'all were married, or the fact that you were once their wife and they lost you. Now y'all are divorced, or whatever it is, right? This deck is not in the reverse, but the moon is coming out here in the reverse to clarify. And the moon is secrets, right? The moon can be secrets. The moon can be, so it's almost like with secrets revealed is the first thing that came to my mind. But I don't think that it's a secret. I don't think that you aren't aware that this person is crazy and that they're obsessed with you and things like that. But again, I feel like, yes, a year, 2 years, however much, it could even be just 6 months has gone by of silence where you're like, oh, thank God, oh, yes, he forgot about me. Oh my God, I never thought the day would come. No, he didn't. No, stop celebrating. He's coming back. Because I feel like some sort of secret is about to be revealed. And next to love call, that's just nasty work. Because literally, it can only be this sociopath, right? It can only be this fucking psycho calling you to let you know that, like, surprise, right? The moon, like, that's the secret that's being revealed. Surprise, still love you. Like, scary, right? That is scary. That is not the surprise that y'all are expecting to hear. It just isn't. Oh my goodness. But I feel like the secret is out. It's like gonna be the secret is somewhere else. You know this person is obsessed with you in real life, but maybe their friends don't know. Maybe their friends forgot about you because it's been so long, or maybe they can't forget about you because this person continues to talk about you, you know, maybe in a derogatory way. Who knows? Who cares? But maybe the friends or this person's family is about to find out, like, all this time that you've been moving the fuck on and rebuilding your life, your brand, or whatever it is about yourself, that this person has secretly still been obsessing and stalking and, you know, fantasizing and romanticizing futures and shit. Like, I feel like that's gonna come out, and I feel like that may be very shocking for a lot of people. Yeah, because we have the Four of Cups, a missed opportunity, with makes a lot of sense because we have not today. So obviously this person missed an opportunity to be with you. Maybe you tried to offer them a cup. You know, I take that cup that's in the person's hand as like the Four of Cups and Ace of Cups. So you may have came in and tried to offer a new cycle in love to this person, and either they rejected it or they accepted it, but they treated you very cruelly, or they were very hostile, vicious, abusive, malicious, cruel, evil, all of the above, whatever, right? So you're now holding back. Like, you would never offer them an Ace of Cups ever again. You would never offer them a cup ever again, right? But I also feel like you would also never take their cup, right? It's also like the opportunity is missed. And now that they said, no, fuck you and your dirty ass, overused ass, rusty ass, fucking tarnished ass cup. I don't want it. I ain't never wanted it. You ain't never been shit. I never thought you looked good. You were never my favorite. You know, they just really just took some cayenne pepper and rubbed it in that motherfucker, you know. And you were like, oh man, you know, like, that's how you feel. And you might have been devastated. You could have been crushed. You could have fallen into depression, right? But you done crawled yourself out of that nasty little hole that you were in. And now you're like over it. So now they're like, oh, what happened? I thought all those insults that I was hurling was going to keep you stuck. I thought all those things that I was saying and doing to you was going to make you want me more. What's going on? She should be chasing me relentlessly right now. That's what my friend said. My friend said treat her like shit and she'll never leave. But she gone. Right? So yeah, you're like, I'm good. Like, but yeah, somebody else is not now. Like, oh darn. What's going on here? Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords with the Nine of Wands, the Emperor. And we know that this person could be somebody's daddy. Don't have to be your kid's daddy. Could be your kid's daddy. But if not, this could just be somebody's daddy, or this person could be a boss at their job if they don't have kids. Like, this person could be the manager or something like that. But you see, with the Lovers and the Emperor and the Hierophant, you know, that kind of goes along with what I was saying with this person with the replaying the events over in their head of when they were trying to condition you or whatever. It's like, now this person is thinking of the soul tie and how close you guys were, and how, you know, what it really feels like is that this person isn't meeting anybody that's as cool as you, right? And literally, it's just that simple. Like, you can go out and find the baddest, most sexiest bitch in the world, or the finest, just most delicious guy you've ever just Adonis out, you know? But if they're dumb as fuck, or they can't hold a fucking conversation, or if they don't understand what the hell you're talking about, and you're all fucking geeking out and all into computers, and you talking about ROMs, and, you know, they like, you know, but the collective knew what the fuck they was talking about, right? So it's like, this could be somebody who's into something specific and they're not able to find other people who are into it, right? You could have been one of those girls where you didn't mind your guy playing video games at home all day because the motherfucker's at the house. Yes, get on the game for 19 hours. I'm finna go to the store, and then I'm finna go to my friend them's house, and then I'll be back. And when I get back, you're gonna be right where I left you, sitting in the middle of the couch, in your drawers, with your headphone on, and a bag of chips next to you playing the game with some beer, right where I left you. Right? So, yeah, like that kind of little petty dumb shit that people want to fuss about and stuff, you might not have ever minded, but this person didn't appreciate those type of things about you. So, you know, they want a video game nerd out, you know, and they new person might be like, you're a loser, or they might complain and bitch and whine and moan about it all the time, whatever. So it's just like they're thinking of the soul tie, and they're thinking of how cool you were and how y'all got along so well, and you didn't bother them for this or you didn't bother them for that, you know. But I also feel like this person is like thinking about how they did not step up to the plate and take control in the situation in a positive manner. This person tried to take control over the situation in a hostile, cruel, malicious type of way, you know, very militant, very, you know, I'm coming in here, I'm kicking the door in, you know, you a POW, you gonna do what I say and how I said it and when I say it, or I'm gonna cut your fucking head off, you know. Like, that's how they came and kicked the door into the situation, which is why they're now removed from your life forever, and, you know, they'll never be included again because they can be that type of person. You can be an abuser. I don't want to be abused. I don't want to fuck with you anymore. You showed your hand, right? You showed your ugly side. You took your mask off. I seen what was underneath. I didn't fucking like it. No, thank you, right? So maybe they have a desire to step up and try to take control of this situation, but I don't think they have the capacity to control the situation in a healthy manner, right? Because the masculine should have a healthy level of control, right? That's just the situation, right? What do they be saying? Like, he's the head, but she's the neck. Because you can have a head up there, you know, just sitting on top of your shoulders, but without the neck, you can't really, it's pretty useless, right? So yeah, this person, you know, there should be a level of leadership, not even control, right? A level of leadership that comes from an emperor, where they're leading you down a positive road. But this is a narcissist, so this person is just straight up about the control part of the leadership, because a leader does have a bit of control, but it's more of a leadership than a dictatorship. Y'all got Caesar, okay? Y'all got the dictator, all right? So, but now, and again, I feel like that may have come from you switching up. You wanted more from the situation, so you wanted to leave it, and this person didn't want to let you go, so boom. You know, turns out this person is fucking Baba Yaga the whole time, you know? So, yeah. Now you're making these healthy choices. The magician is out here. You guys could be focused on manifesting greatness. You could feel like your manifestations are coming to fruition. You could feel like you looked for a certain type of job and you got it. You looked for a certain type of man or woman and you got him. You know, you looking for a certain type of car, you feel like you finna get it. Or you looking for a certain type of home. Even you moving, you like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get approved. And you're just always getting approved for any and everything. Shit you really should not be getting approved for. You're like, really? You know, like, you know, just anything. Say you got 2 or 3 cars on your credit, right? 2 or 3, or maybe 1 or 2 cars. I don't know how it works, but you could have got some like repos, and maybe you go to get a car and you like, I know damn well, and they're like, approved, and you like, what the fuck? I know damn well you lying. And then you got like a $280 car payment, and you like, get out of here. Make sure you show gratitude and thank the angels and the universe and God and Holy Spirit, when those things happen, because it's not you, it's them, right? So, or you have like this person, maybe y'all live together and you acquired some evictions or some is that what it's called? I'm trying to think of what it is. It's an eviction, but broken leases, some broken leases, or either or. And then you go and you're like, man, I really need to go get on my own 2 feet. I need to get a place in my own name. I don't want to keep living with this person. I don't think I'm gonna get approved anywhere because I have these evictions or these broken leases. But then you apply, and it's somewhere decent, right? Because you got your kids. You like, I don't want to go to the trap. I'm gonna go somewhere that's mid, right? I ain't got to be in the sky with the stars, but I don't need to be in the gutter with the rats either. I'm just trying to go in the middle. And then you apply, and your fingers and toes is crossed, and you don't even check for real your email because you like, fuck it, I know I ain't get it. Lo and behold, you got approved, right? And you like, get the fuck out of here. And it's in your price point. And matter of fact, you get a little discount. They're like, you ain't even got to pay rent next month. You like, get out of here. I know damn well you lying, So your manifestations are going to be coming to fruition, or they already have. Some of y'all, this already happened for you last year at the end of the year, or maybe earlier in this year, where you were just like, felt like you might have been fucked. Like, this is it, Lord. Here I am. Somebody gonna be throwing me a sandwich out the window under a bridge, but nah, like that wasn't your story. But because you got this blessing, you're protecting it at all costs. Queen of Swords with the 9 of Wands. Nobody is finna come in and be yelling or screaming or arguing with you at your apartment or outside your apartment, because I'm not finna get kicked out of here. I barely got the fuck in here, right? Like, type of energy with this Queen of Swords, 9 of Wands. If somebody, you got a new job and this person was showing up to your job making scenes and yelling and cussing out your coworkers and your boss, and eventually they're like, we know it's not you, we love you, Shannon girl, but you got to fucking go, because we can't have this crazy motherfucker up here every other day. Because that's what these type of people want. They want you to lose your job, right? They want you to lose your place. They want you to have nothing. They want you to fall into depression, because then you'll come back to them. I don't have a car, I don't have a place, I have nothing, I lost it all. Can I stay with you? They're not going to say you lost it all because I was going up to your job acting stupid. They're going to say you a dumb, weak ass bitch. You can't accomplish it or do nothing for yourself. Yeah, you can move in here. You nothing ass piece of nothing. And now you back where the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Now you back in that cycle of fuck. Now you falling into a deeper depression. Now this time you cannot save yourself. You cannot manifest your way out of it because you don't have the fucking strength anymore. Right? So I feel like that cycle, and you're like, no, I'm not ever the fuck, never, ever gonna find myself in that position again. So you're protecting what you have. You're protecting what spirit has blessed you with, and you're very defensive over it. Like, you will cut a bitch if they trying to bring some static to your door or to your job, or between, your relationship with you and your kids. Like, say the dad I want to see my kids all of a sudden, right? Y'all know that trick. Oh, ain't shit important. The kids still ain't important, but there's the only way I can get in to see her, so I'm pretend I want to see. Yeah, nah, none of that. You like, nah, Very defensive, very guarded, logical, strategic. You're making head over heart decisions. You're not just choosing violence, right? You're not just randomly like, everything that you do, I feel, is very planned and strategic, because you have this person, because you have this stalker, right? So it's like, you can't just get up and go. You have to plan. You have to make sure that the map ain't taking you nowhere close to where this person live or where this person work. Oh, I need to go to this appointment. Oh, nope, not at that doctor's office. I need to reroute this whole fucking day because I don't want to bump into this person. I don't want to see this person. I don't want this person to see me and become triggered and all the shit start kicking up all over. Now they stalking me again. Now they calling me. Now they trying to figure out where I live, where I work. Like, no. So yeah, I feel like your manifestations are coming to fruition, or they're about to, especially for those of you guys who are ready to for the next steps, right? But you are going to have to protect whatever it is, your blessings, right? Your abundance, whatever comes to you, whether it's money, a job, whatever it is, you are going to have to fight for it, because you have people that want to destiny swap with you, people who want to pretend like what you're into, they're into, or you're copying them, or well, I'm into it too, whatever the fuck weird ass shit people be doing. What else? You have this person who just is a hater and does not want to see you win. They do not want to see you on top. They do not want to see you succeed. So you are going to have to fight. This is your destiny. This is your path. This is your journey. These are your blessings and your abundance from source. But you have these demons, right? You have these little minions, these little devil's disciples that are running around doing his bidding. And what is his bidding? What do he want his people to do? Attack God's children. Go get her. Tear her down. Talk shit. Take everything she got. Try to, just try to do this. Spread rumors, lies, do this, do that. Steal money in her name. Like that's what the devil's disciples do. That's what the minions do. And some of y'all maybe have been getting attacked since you were a kid, or since you were very young, first coming into adulthood, and this person's stealing money in your name, and this person's stealing out of their girlfriend's bank account and saying you did it, and this person is, going to their husband, lying, telling them you said this. You could be like, damn, I can remember way back when all those incidents, I ain't did shit to nobody. I ain't steal shit out nobody account. I ain't tell nobody to start stealing money from the government in my name. I ain't tell that bitch to tell her husband, So you could just be like, it's because you're blessed. It's because you're chosen. It's because you're special. You are always going to be where you are today, or where you're headed very soon. And these people didn't know what it was, but they knew they felt something special on you, in you, and about you that was different from them. And people don't like different. You need to be just like all the rest of us. You need to look like us. You need to wear your hair like ours. You need to be the same color. You need to walk like us and talk like us. And your eye color got to be the exact same as ours too. Or something's wrong with you because you're different, right? So you were different. You were different from the people you grew up with, for a lot of y'all. And so you've been attacked by these people. You were different from the person you started dating, and you've been attacked by that person. You were different from your friend group. You've been attacked, right? So not to say you're some big ass victim. I feel like this is trials and tribulations. This is a part of your journey. This is a part of what's made you the great, awesome, amazing woman or man that you are today. You may be super humble, right? You may be very compassionate. You may be mad empathetic and super understanding, because nobody's ever had compassion for you, or empathy for you, or understanding for you, right? And now we don't go backwards and start saying, oh, I want to have compassion and sympathy and understanding for these trash bags. No, fuck them. They did their job, right? Their job was to show you that you're better than them, you're different from them, and you don't need to fuck with them. You learned that part. Leave them where they at. Now you're moving forward, right? And yeah, somebody in particular is like, no, you're not. Somebody in particular wants to stunt your growth or come along with you. Yeah, wow. Obviously, right? We have the world. What energies do we have out here? We have Gemini energy, Scorpio and Aries energy, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. So heavy Taurus energy. But yeah, the world. That's the ending of one cycle and the complete beginning of another cycle, right? So the cycle between you and this ex is finally over. It is complete. It is finito. It is done, right? So this person calling you because they've been thinking about how they tried to condition you, and how they could have handled it this way, or they should have treated you this way, or they should have said this, or they could have did that, shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, shut the fuck up, right? So now they in they shoulda, coulda, woulda bag, and they're, we were so close, and no, I'm not meeting anyone who clicks with me the way that the collective did. I'm not meeting anyone who shares my interests. I'm not meeting anyone, eating anyone, that either. They ain't eating or meeting nobody who can hold a conversation the way that you can hold a conversation or whatever it is, right? Yeah, so now it's like, you know, oh, now the soul tie was real. Now soulmates is a thing and all this types of shit, right? So now they want to come to you and try to present themselves as a healthy emperor, right? And not the narcissistic, control freak, abusive son of a bitch that they really are. Ooh, Lord. All right, keep your head on the swivel, okay? Keep your head on the swivel and keep it on straight. Because this is somebody who finna come try to play in your face, okay? And I mean play. This something to do with some sort of karma. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is something to do with, like, maybe this person is doing really fucking bad. They could be doing bad financially. They could have lost their place. They could have lost their job. They could have lost their car. This person may have, I feel like they may be in this season of losing. They're, you know, it's time to pay, right? So maybe they've gotten away with it, or maybe you were living with them, or maybe you were using their car. Maybe y'all didn't live together, but y'all were sharing this person's car, sorta, when they would allow it. You know, can I use your car? You know, I know you just got off work and you finna go to sleep. Maybe they work overnight, you know, and it's like you getting off. You know, can you drop your car here real quick so I can take, you know, I got a couple things I want to do with the kids. And this person might say yeah some days. And other days they might be like, no. This person may decide you finna go fuck somebody and they don't want you fucking nobody, you know, using their car, right? So it could have been really hard, really difficult to get any help or assistance from this person because, for one, it's all about control with them. And two, it's about keeping you away from anybody else, right? It's about keeping you from advancing in life, because if you get a new man, then they can never come in and fix it, you know, or whatever the fuck they think is going to happen here. So, you know, now that you're out of the picture, right? You're here. Now that you're out of the picture, your manifestations are coming true. You have your own car now. You have your own place now. You have your own everything going for yourself. You don't need anything from them, right? They thought they were the shit. No, fuck you. You can't use my car, bitch, you know, and this is my car, you broke ass hoe, and all this kind of shit, you know. And then it's like, man, like, all right, you know, you whine and complained about people treating you like that, and now this is how you gonna act, but okay. So it's like, whatever, fuck it. Now you got your own car, and you don't need shit from them, right? But now they've lost that car because the blessing was never theirs. They were keeping that car because Spirit was allowing them to keep it for you, so you could use it. And the Spirit saw them abusing you the whole entire time. Just angels shaking their head. Really, motherfucker? For real? That's how you gonna act? Right? So, you know, they didn't do right with it, but it was never theirs to begin with. It was like a blessing for you that came through them because it couldn't have come through you, right? If they get a car from their friend, and the friend is like, no, you can't have it. And then one random day, the friend's like, oh, you know what, you can come get the car today. And it's right when winter is hitting and you need to get your kids to school. That wasn't your motherfucking blessing, right? Because now they like, oh, texting, hey, I got a car. I can come take the kids to school. Bad, cool, wow, wonderful. That is such a blessing. That is such an amazing thing that just happened. And what a strange time, because this is really when we really needed those rides. Right? But then they mistreat and abuse and misuse this blessing that was not theirs, it was yours. So then they lose it. Now that you don't need it anymore. Because it was never for them, it was for you. Okay, we see what's going on here, right? The angels get together, they talk, Holy Spirit, universe, everybody come together. Okay, look, listen. This motherfucker don't know. This motherfucker thinks that this is a game. This motherfucker think they finna keep abusing this child of God. Okay, cool. Now, this is what we gonna do. Listen. This is what we gonna do. She's finna win the lottery. Yeah, nothing major. No, 50,000. Just nothing big, nothing huge. Just something little. Something to get her a little whip and a little cushion money. She's finna hit, yeah, and then and then we gonna take that car. Okay, yes. All right, right. And that's pretty much how the fuck it went down. So now this person, the karmic wheel is a spinning, because it's always, you ain't got to believe in karma, motherfucker. She believes in you, right? So now all that shit they was talking, All that fuck you, bitch, and this my shit, and you ain't got shit, you ain't shit, you a loser, you like it, you know, and all this, right? Now, they miss you, they love you, they want you back, and they want you to know that, can they get a ride to work, please? What you gonna do? I wanna know what you gonna do. Tell me. I want to know what's going on, because I ain't giving nobody no ride, no motherfucking wherever, you know. But I want to know what y'all gonna do, you know. So, is Omni wrong? Am I wrong? I don't think so, because I don't think we supposed to be giving this person no rides, not in our blessing. Hell no, they already abused their blessing. That's why they lost it. Now you go giving them rides when you ain't supposed to, you might lose yours too. Okay. Yeah, because karma's whooping ass right now. Karma's fucking this person up. And they want some of your good luck. That's how they feel like you got the goods. 10 of Cups with the 9 of Swords, 4 of Cups. They missed an opportunity to have a happy family, a happy home life. And they know it, which we know because we already have them replaying the events over in their head of how they treated you within the home or within the marriage or whatever the control they were trying to keep up, which we already talked about. That's the replaying of the events. And it could be like that they were hitting you. They're thinking about all the times they hit you. They were calling you bitches, hoes, cunts, pussies, and all that. They thinking about all the times that they called you out of your name. They think about all the times they called you ugly. They think about all the times they called you fat. Think about all the times they told you was built like a little boy. They think about all the times they told you wasn't shit. They think about all the times they told you wasn't never gonna be shit. You know, like they thinking about all the shit they said and did to you. And you were crying, and you were hurt, and you were distraught, and you felt betrayed and stabbed in the back, and you were confused, but you still found the motherfucking strength. And so now you would think you'd be the one still thinking about it for years and years to come, but it's not you, it's them in the 9 of Swords. It's them who have sleepless, restless nights. It's them who go to sleep for a couple hours and wake up, and go to sleep for a couple hours and wake up, and go to sleep because how the fuck can you sleep peacefully at night when you have been a fucking monster wreaking havoc in this one person's life for however many years because your bitter, spiteful ass got kicked to the fucking curb because you a mean, evil fuck. The fuck? Right? So they know that they missed the opportunity, and they know why. They know they were calling you names. They know they were putting their hands on you. They know they were belittling you. They know, right? So they know why you're in this not today energy, and they know why the opportunity has been missed. But that doesn't change the fact that they are now craving to have a happy home life with you, or with you and you guys as kids, or with you and your kids that may not even be their kids, you know, whoever's kids it is, it doesn't matter. Or that you wanted kids and they were breadcrumbing you and gaslighting you into believing that that was going to be y'all future, but they knew they never even fucking wanted kids to begin. You know what I'm saying? So now they want the kids. Now they're like, well, if I could have had a baby, you know, I could have a legacy. I could see me with a son, right? So I mean, I guess that's gonna be the reading, because y'all have somebody who thought this person, they lost. I don't even know how to say this. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this mug, you know, because this is just like tragic. Like this person just did all this shit to you. And tried to treat you in all these ways and tried to make you feel all these type of ways about yourself. And in the end, they're the ones who think and feel all the shit they tried to condition you to feel about yourself. They feel it now about themselves at the end. It's like, what, like, you know, because this isn't even a player trying to play somebody and playing theyself, right? Because this person wasn't trying to play you. They were like trying to abuse you into submission and ended up freeing you and finding themselves in this rut. Like, I don't know, y'all. So that's gonna be the reading. I definitely feel like karma, you know, karma, as above, so below. What you send up must come down. You know, you don't know when it's gonna come down or how it's gonna come down and how it's gonna affect you and shit. So just the fact that the fact that this person didn't believe in karma, but all I see here is, you know, a result of everything that they were trying to do and stuff to you. It's just, it's ironic. Yeah. All right, y'all. That's going to be our reading. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. Like it if you like it. Subscribe if you like Snide. My name is OmniBadu. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for your likes, your subscriptions, your positive comments. And until next time, bye.